This is Labubu for My Little Pony collectors. What's up, Seahorse Army? Welcome back to, I don't know what this is going to be. I think it's a toy hunt, but it may be a review if I find the stuff I'm looking for. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here with Olivia. She's over there enjoying her smoothie that I got her for breakfast. Anyway, we're at Target and I'm on a mission. You all know that I like to try and manifest things, so I'm wearing my pony t-shirt, or tank top. It's a tank top, not a t-shirt, because I saw that the new Totally Rad My Little Ponies are showing at the Target stores. And if you don't know what they are G1 style My Little Ponies. They are not reproductions, but they are made by Basic Fun, licensed by Hasbro. They're basically My Little Ponies that are all done up like nostalgic 80s with crimped hair and scrunchies and stuff. Now, usually when they have these Basic Fun My Little Ponies, they're on one of these end caps over here where they have like nostalgic toys, but I have no idea where they're gonna be. There's a bunch of blind bag stuff. Not what I'm looking for, but oh look, Disney villains.
They have like the Halloween.
Oh, the advent calendar for Halloween?
I want one.
That's kind of cool.
I'm obsessed.
Oh, I like the Disney Doorables one. What?
I'm obsessed.
Okay, I might have to get that. Oh my gosh, they have a proper clearance aisle. Hold on. They got some Illy dolls. Finally, these are on clearance. I mean, was that the price? I don't know. I never know with Target anymore what they're doing with their prices. And they have some of these Pokemon, but that's like a newer one. I don't know what that is. Oh, dinosaurs. Okay, wait, no, I gotta focus. I'm here for a reason. Okay, if it's not on the end cap, maybe it's down here. I mean, we can also look at this stuff. Oh, look, they have the new Abby. Okay, I want her. I actually really want her. She's kind of cool, and I might get her eventually, but I do want Abby. Also, so far, I've actually picked up all of these. Those two were the first ones I got. I finally got Cupid. I just didn't show it in a video. I need to get Frankie, and I'll probably will at some point in time, but I'm here looking for ponies. Okay, it looks like they don't have any of the new Illy dolls yet. Oh, they have these new tween dolls. I think this is the first time I'm seeing these ones. And then they have the Powerpuff Girls finally. It's my first time seeing these in person. I think I did see Blossom at one of the other Target locations, but my first time seeing Buttercup and Bubbles. Okay, I might have to ask somebody because it was on the Target app and they said that they had it in stock at this store, but I'm not seeing where they have it. Oh, they have these ones. Oh, shut up. They have the Christie. No way. I think they learned and they made them a little more widely available because they didn't disappear off the shelf right away, which is good. Luckily, I already have her thanks to Jess from Mushling Meadow. I don't need to get her. Here's the Disney section. Well, this is the Frozen section, and this is Moana, and then the rest of Disney. This new Cinderella is so pretty. All right, so I asked somebody, he said that they look like they have them in the back, so he's going to check for me. So fingers crossed that they have all four. All right, they have them. So he went in the back and he was able to get me a set of all four of them. I'm super excited. All right, so I'm going to go check out, bring these home, and then when I get home, I'm gonna do a review. Okay, I am back home now. In full disclosure, it's actually over a month later. Anyway, so yeah, I bought these, brought them home, got busy, things happened, and I'm only just now sitting down to finally record these. So I am so excited. Now, I don't remember what I said in the previous clips that you just saw. Like, I don't remember what I was talking about or if there was anything I was trying to remember to say or whatever, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do the review for these now. Also, hold on, I'm gonna take these down just because I'm afraid they're gonna like fall over. Plus I want the cool like neons in the background because like totally 80s, right? That is like seizure inducing. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I also, along with the Totally Rad Ponies, As a bonus, I am also going to unbox and review some of these in this video as well. These are the world's smallest My Little Pony Retro Collection plushies. So back in the 80s, they had my G1 My Little Pony like plush toys, plushies, and they're pretty big. They're like, I don't know, they're like this big or what. They've had different sizes and stuff. But I've seen them in person. I don't collect plushies normally because like stuffed animals just take up a lot of space. I do have some, but they're very specific. They're very intentional. Like they're specific ones I want. They're like some of my favorite Pokemon, and I don't know. That's pretty much it. I don't really collect plushies purely because of that. Like they just take up a lot of space. And I have no space as it is. Anyway, but these are world's smallest ones, and they're so tiny, and they're very cute, and they are keychains. So I figured if nothing else, I could even use them as Christmas ornaments for my tree, or something. I don't know, but I just thought that they were super cute. There's 3 in the set or in the series. This one is Firefly. This one is Starshine, and we've got both of these here, which, yep, here's Firefly, and here's Starshine. So there we go. We've got same character twice now. And the third one is this one. So we've got Blossom. So Blossom was one of the original ponies that came out, the original 6 that came out. And then these characters came out in later sets. But as you can see on the back here, there was only 3 in this set that they made for the world's smallest. As of right now, there is the world's smallest like actual ponies, which are little hard plastic ones with rooted hair. I love those because they're the world's smallest like legitimate ponies with brushable hair, and I love it. They're even smaller than the petite ponies, and I do have them, but they're in storage at the moment. But anyway, so I've got those 3. Plus, I am going to also unbox this little pop figure keychain. This was a gift, so I did receive this in a subscriber mail opening video. I'm really sorry, I don't remember who sent me this one, because I think I also got the full-size pop figure of this. I do have, because I have it on my desk at work. And that one was also a gift, but I think it was from somebody else. I don't think that they were both from the same person. So I'm so sorry. I forgot who got me the keychain. If you're watching, please let me know in the comments that it was you that sent me this. I can always go back and I guess watch the video and find out who it was. But thank you again. So I will be opening this as well. But I want to start off with the Totally Rad Ponies. New ponies. I'm so excited. Okay, so these ponies, like I said, I don't remember what I've already said earlier, so if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. But, so these are brand new ponies. These are new designs and everything. They are produced by Basic Fun. Yeah, right here, Basic Fun on the bottom. But they are licensed by Hasbro. So it is an official My Little Pony product. But Hasbro doesn't really make its own toys anymore, at least not for My Little Pony, and I think several of their other girls' toys properties. They've been licensing out to other companies to make it, which is interesting. Mattel's been doing that too. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I really just want them to start making G1 style My Little Ponies again regularly, because I love them. So, I mean, it's kind of a selfish bias opinion, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm just going to show you each of them. I'm going to show you the boxes, and then I will be unboxing them so we can take a closer look. But each of them basically have the same style of box that came out around the time of the 40th anniversary, maybe a little sooner than that. Maybe they had earlier ones, but basically these are boxes that kind of look like little stables, like little horse stables. So if you look at the background, it looks like wood, like a barn or whatever, but they have a lot of like imagery that looks very like radical, tubular, like, you know, 80s, like lightning bolts, and you've got like the rainbow zebra print and stuff like that. Love it. On the side, so each of these, the boxes are basically the same, just with the different names and pictures on the back. And like some of them have like different colors. So like Firefly has green. For Starshine, it's pink. For Moonstone, it is yellow. And then where's the other one? And then for Sky Dancer, it is blue. So on the back, they're different. These are ponies that I might actually keep the boxes for, just because I think they're really cute. I don't know, I haven't fully decided. I actually kind of want to get, and I've said this before for other ponies. In fact, like I think the Galaxy ponies or whichever, when those came out, I think I said the same thing because they looked so good in their boxes. I want 2 of each of them because I want to have one in box and one out of box. But that's a lot. I don't need that. I think what I'll do is I'll unbox these, but maybe I'll just keep the box and I can put them back in the box if I want to. Anyway, okay. So on the front of the box, nice open. You can see it here. See the pony very clearly. It does say that there is a comb included. It says Fab leg warmers and scrunchie. So I guess that's what makes it 80s themed by adding scrunchies and leg warmers. And then it has the My Little Pony logo along with the pony's name for the character. On the right-hand side, there's a little window here. So it's open so you can kind of see the pony. Like I said, it's meant to be like kind of a stable. So like if this is the stable door or whatever, and you can see like here's the actual little door and stuff like that. And once you like unbox it, she'll sit lower in the box. So there's that as well. On the back, you've got some really cute artwork, and one of them is incorrect, and I forgot who it was, but I'll find it and I'll point it out. But anyway, we're just looking at Firefly for right now. But here is Firefly's artwork. It looks really, really cute. Now I'm going to put these up here because I want to, as I'm like looking at these, I want to see if there's like differences. No, it looks like it's all basically the same. Yep, it's all basically the same. The only difference is the picture and then the name on the side, but everything else is the same. So, you know, like basically it says Totally Rad Collection, My Little Pony, Fab leg warmers and scrunchies, and then the character's name and the artwork here. Here is Sky Dancer's artwork, by the way. Here is Moonstone's artwork. And then here is Starshine's artwork. And this is the one that's incorrect. So, if you notice, there's 4 ponies, 3 Pegasus ponies, and 1 unicorn. So Moonstone is the only unicorn in this particular lineup, and that is correct. The rest of them are Pegasus ponies, or they have been from the beginning. So you've got Moonstone is a unicorn, and then if you look at the artwork, she has a unicorn horn and everything. And if you look at compare the artwork, it's basically the same artwork, like the same, they all have like rainbowy hair, they're in the same pose and everything. The only thing that really is different is for the Pegasus ponies, they have wings, and then for the unicorns, they don't have wings, and instead they have a unicorn horn. Well, if you look at Starshine is clearly a Pegasus pony. She has wings. However, if you look on the back, she's a unicorn. So that was something that I noticed pretty early on, and I was like, hey, wait a second. Oh, it's even wrong on the side. Wow, it's different artwork on the side, and she's a unicorn here as well. That's really interesting. I wonder if because whoever was doing the box art, they were probably thinking it was going to be 2 and 2. Like 2 Pegasus, 2 unicorn. But oh well, it is what it is. So it's kind of like a little bit of a misprint. But to my understanding, Starshine has always been a Pegasus pony. So yeah, it's really interesting that they got that wrong. But I guess it's just the department that does the box artwork is not in very good communication with the department that's doing the actual physical toy or something. There might have been something lost in communication. Who knows? But anyway, on the back, it says flashback to leg warmer days with these Superfly trend-setting ponies featuring iconic crimped hair and neon colors. Celebrate the era of big and bold style. These ponies are ready to bring the ultimate party vibes to your collection. So I love that. I love that because there's different ways they could have gone with 80s style, but I love that anytime you do a retro throwback to the 80s, it's always this like super colorful, big, bold, larger than life neon colors. Love that. My I was only a very young child in the 80s. I mostly grew up, most of my childhood was the 90s. So I was really young in the 80s. But from what I remember, it wasn't this colorful. I mean, it probably was on TV. But like, I think most of the 80s was just like, you know, going to anybody's house. It was like, you know, spillover from the 70s. Everything was like earth tones and kind of drab. But I think a lot of the media was like a lot of this bright, bold colors and stuff like that. So that's what they go with, and I love that. But like I said, it is basically the same on the back of the box for each of them, so I don't need to read it again. I'm going to get them out of the box really quick, so that way we can take a closer look without a glare from the plastic. And I'm also going to get these out of their packaging as well. So let me do that really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. They're all out of their packaging. Where do I want to start? You know what? Why don't we start with the plushies, like the world's smallest, just because I think that I can get those out of the way a little bit faster. Actually, let's start with this one. So here is the little pop figure. This is super cute. It's a keychain. So I love that. I love that I can hang it on something. It could be like I said, a decoration, like a Christmas ornament or something like that, or a keychain. I don't know if I want to put it on my keychain though, because it'll get dirty and it's probably get broken or lost. I'm always afraid of that happening. But I love the fact that it has a little clasp. See the little clasp at the top right there? I love that it has that. So you could even have it as like a phone charm or something. You know, there's versatility with this. Now, really, like I kind of just want to unscrew the chain and just have the little figure. And I really wish that they made more of these. I think that maybe there's Blossom as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I know for the full-size pop figures for My Little Pony, they did do more characters. I know that there's like a Minty, I think. I don't know. I don't know what characters they did. But for this size, I love this size. This is about the size of the blind bag ponies that we got from Generation 4. So maybe like a little bit bigger than the petite ponies from G1, but I don't know. I love this. Super cute. Now, the pop figure that I have of Cotton Candy smells like cotton candy. This is not scented, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's still a cute little keychain. All right, I'm gonna move this down here just so I have room. Okay, speaking of keychains, so these little plushies are so adorable. They're a little wonky. I'll be real. Like, for example, Starshine is a little wonky. But that's okay. Honestly, that kind of adds to their charm. So I'm not really mad at it. They're cute detail. Like, I love the fact that Starshine does have full rainbow hair. And they have wings that are separate. They're also made from a very soft material. Like, it's a fuzzy, like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. It's very, very soft. The eyes are embroidered on. So is the cutie mark. So like the detail on them is actually really good. They do have a little tag here. It says Hasbro. So you know it's official My Little Pony merchandise. But it's made by SI. What's SI? Oh, Super Impulse. The company that does the world's smallest items. So anyway. Yeah, really cute. And these are also keychains. So they have a little loop on the back there connected to one of these. Honestly, this is kind of more like the Labubu that I want. This is Labubu for My Little Pony collectors. Really, they're just bag charms. I mean, that's what Labubus are, bag charms. They're smaller than Labubus, but anyway, I really like these. So Starshine is super cute. Here, she can go by Starshine. I really like this Firefly. I think this Firefly is actually really cute. I love her wing. Her wings are bigger than Starshine. And actually, Starshine's interesting because her wings are different. Her ears are different too, the way that they're done. Anyway, but yeah, her wings are a little smaller and the feathers are embroidered, like the little lines in between to show the definition of the feathers. But for Firefly, hers are painted on. Her eyes and her cutie mark are still embroidered, but the feathers are painted on, and her wings are bigger. So that's interesting. She still has the same keychain effect, the tag on the side, and her hair is just all blue, because Firefly just had blue hair. The hair, by the way, it's okay. I think it's polypropylene, or it's nice. It's okay. It's a nicer polypropylene. I don't think it's nylon. I'm pretty sure it's polypropylene, but it's not bad, and it's on such a small scale. It's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. It's still fine. It doesn't feel bad, which means it could just be a cheap nylon. I don't know. But anyway, and then Blossom is also really cute. She is an earth pony, so she has no wings. She's also not a unicorn. But she's probably the least wonky, or at least the most symmetrical. But she is top heavy or front heavy. So like she won't stand up like the other two will. She keeps falling over. So I was like kind of making her sit like that. So she can sit with the help of her tail. But her cutie mark is also embroidered. It's kind of hard to see, but they're little white stars. So really, really cute. And her cutie mark is wrong. I'm just realizing. Her name is Blossom because her cutie mark is supposed to be flowers, little white flowers. But they didn't do flowers. They did stars. That's weird. I'm finding all kinds of like mistakes or whatever. See, if this was done by Hasbro directly, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Why is that flashing so much? There we go. We'll do lava lamp stuff. I don't want the flashing because that can, like, you know, be irritating to some people. So sorry about that. If you're sensitive to flashing, I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, she's also really cute. And I wish that they did more of these, because I would get them. If they do more characters, I would totally get more of these. I love the size. Like, it's in the, you know, it's smaller than a pony. You know, it's about the size of a G4 pony. Or G5. But do I have? I do not have any G4 or G5 ponies readily available, but I do have a blind bag pony, so I can actually, where'd she go? I can compare the size. So this is a rarity blind bag pony. So actually the pop figure is a little smaller. About the same size, but just slightly smaller. So, yeah, so just for size comparison, so you can kind of see, like, the size that they are. Now, for these ponies, these plush ponies, this was the little insert. So this is the front, and then this is the back. Obviously, this is the one for Firefly. And then here's the back, where it shows all three that are in this line. And then there is this little brochure. It's been a while since I've had a toy that does this, but this is kind of cool. So this is, I'm not going to show you everything because there's a lot on here, but this is basically a catalog for the world. It's the world's smallest collect them all little catalog thing. So you can see right here. And then it just like folds out. So they've been making so many of these. And what I like about these, here's the other side, by the way. What I like about the world's smallest is these are functional for the most part. Anyway, all right, so that's enough of that. Let's get to the main attraction. Here are the ponies. Okay, so here's Moonstone. Let's take a look at her first. Now, okay, sorry, they came with these combs. I did this so I wouldn't forget who came with which comb. But the combs are little headphones, which I love because it kind of reminds you of like, Walkman, or, you know, back in the day. And that's what these remind me of. So they're very much that. Love that. I've already forgotten who had what color. Starshine has green. Skydancer has pink. And then I think that Firefly had green. Is that right? No, I'm pretty sure I had it right. So I think that Firefly had green because I think I remember seeing the pink on Moonstone and thinking, oh, that matches her hair. Or, you know, like it's a similar hair color. So I could be wrong. Anyway, I'll have to go back and look at the footage. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and move these over here. So let's look at Firefly real quick. So they each come with a either a pink or green comb that is shaped like headphones. The pony itself comes with, already on it, a scrunchie on her tail. And it is either a yellow scrunchie, so Moonstone and Firefly have a yellow scrunchie, and Skydancer and Starshine both have pink scrunchies around their tail. And what's cool about these is these are like fabric scrunchies, like actual functional scrunchies, so you could wear them yourself if you want. But I love that. I love the inclusion of that. They also come with leg warmers, and once again, it's kind of one of two colors. So you've got blue leg warmers, and Firefly has the blue ones, and so does Starshine. Did I just call her Starshine? that is Sky Dancer. Starshine and Moonstone have orange. Is this orange or pink? It's kind of like a coral. I can't tell. Anyway, but yeah, so Starshine and Moonstone have coral leggings. And the leggings are really interesting because they are extremely soft. Like I was mentioning that these are soft. Like they're okay. They're soft. They're really nice. This is very like luxurious. Like I don't even know what to call this material. I've felt it before. I've felt baby blankets made out of this. It is extremely soft. So whatever it's called. And these leg warmers, let's see. Oh, okay, these are interesting. Are they stretchy? They have an elastic around the opening there. But, yeah, just on the one side. So, I guess they're just stretchy enough to go over the pony's hoof. So, it's not difficult to put them on the pony or take them off the pony. As I say that as I struggle to put this back on. Okay, I mean, it's like not super easy, but it's also not super difficult either. But anyway, so there we go. Now, what I think is kind of funny, and this is purely because of the pose, each of these ponies have the leg warmers on their front legs, except for Firefly. She has one on her front leg and then the other one on her back leg. And the reason is because of her pose. So yeah, this is the Firefly pose. This pose was named after her because I think this is the first pony that came out in this pose, or one of the first. There was other ponies, obviously a lot of other ponies that had used this pose around that time. But yeah, it is known as the Firefly pose, or it's been named the Firefly pose by the fans. This one is the Gusty pose. So this pose was originally done, Moonstone is in the Gusty pose. So, like I mentioned, you know, basically a lot of these poses, especially for G1, are named after the first pony that was released in them, or one of the first ponies that was released in this pose. So this is the Gusty pose, and then both of these are the same pose. These are both the surprise pose. Let me do this, take this down because I keep dropping them. Now, these type of ponies that are made by Basic Fun, they're slightly different than the original G1 My Little Ponies. They just use different materials for the most part. So the ponies themselves are made from a much harder vinyl. So if you get like an original G1 My Little Pony, the pony has a little bit of give to it. So you can see she's squishy. She's, you know, squishy to a point anyway. But these ones, these are, you know, if you try, you can squish them, but it's just much harder. I can also tell by looking at them sometimes. These ones are not reproductions. These are brand new, but they're made from the same material as like the reproductions are and stuff like that. So anyway, now, sorry, back on track. The hair is really nice. It is crimped. So all of them have crimped hair. And I love that because it's a very 80s style. Firefly's color scheme is just pink and blue. So it's just solid blue hair. But these three characters came out from the first set. I think it was the first set of rainbow ponies. So of course they all have rainbow colors in their hair. Now, the coloring for all four of these ponies is a little different than their original. It is way more vibrant, way more neon, and I absolutely love it. I love the vibrancy. I love how bright the colors are. The cutie marks are also a little different because a lot of these had glittery cutie marks. These ones do not have glittery cutie marks. They are just kind of simple painted on, and the colors used are a little different. So like for these lightning bolts for Firefly, they are a little bit brighter blue than what I remember. Moonstone is completely different. Moonstone had a glittery symbol with silver and blue, and this is now black and blue, and it's just painted on. It's also smaller, looks a little smaller. Each of these do, actually. For Sky Dancer, she had like a teal or green glittery symbol that were birds, and then, you know, the symbols are the same. These are still the same birds, but they're done with a much lighter teal paint. And then for Starshine, she has like a bright neon highlighter, neon yellow starburst or sun or whatever this cutie mark is, whereas her original one was more yellow or gold glitter, depending on what country you got her in. Now, I mentioned the hair. It is crimped. It is also really nice material. So one thing that I love about Basic Fun ponies is the material that they use for the hair is really nice. It is a really high quality nylon. It is very similar to Rainbow High hair. So I love that. There is gel in the mane though. It's feeling crunchy. I don't know if you can hear that. But anyway, the hair is very crunchy, the mane is. I think it was just to hold the style, because the tail is twisted and then it's wrapped around the hoof with a rubber band so it doesn't have to be gelled. Oh my gosh, I just realized the hole that they punch out for the tail on Starshine is still there, like the little plug part. I don't think any of the others have that. Oops. I'll have to mess with that and see if I can... Oh, there we go. That was pretty easy to remove. So it's the little hole where they, you know, plugged it in, or, you know, I guess they cut out a hole to put the tail in. So that's interesting. So I was looking at these. I love the hair colors that they chose, and I think it looks very good on all of these ponies, but I think it pops the most on Starshine because Starshine is a white pony. So next to the white body, the hair being these neon colors like this looks so good. And I absolutely adore this teal color, this turquoise, because I think that was supposed to be green in the original pony. Or maybe it was, yeah, I think it was more of a green. This is definitely more of a turquoise, and I love it. Now, one thing I think I'm going to do for Firefly, since this is her display side, it looks like she doesn't have any leg warmers. You turn her around and here they both are. I don't like that. I kind of like how, like for each of these, they have their leg warmers on their front legs. And you can't do that for Firefly because of the way her leg is. Oh, and that's what I was getting at earlier when I started talking about the poses. But yeah, like she's got the other one on her back leg. Why not have both of them on her back legs? So she's got her, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna leave her leg warmers on her back legs. That way they're both on the same, whatever. So another thing that I noticed while I was looking at these ponies is the way that the eyes are done are a little different. So here we go. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit easier for you to see what I'm trying to point out. But if you look at their eyes, they look good and they look similar enough to the original My Little Ponies. However, there is a difference. So here is Milky Way. I'm using her a lot, this video as an example. So you'll see like the way that her eyes are done. And then if you see the way that these ponies, the Totally Rad Ponies eyes are done, you'll notice that the Totally Rad Ponies do not have the sclera or the white part of the eye painted in. So like the original G1 ponies had the white parts painted in, and even in the reproduction ponies, so like this is a Twinkle Eye pony and it's fizzy, but even for the Twinkle Eye ponies, if you look really close, the white part of the eye is still painted in right there. So when comparing that to these ponies, they don't have the whites of the eye is not painted in. It's not like that big of a deal or whatever. I prefer when the white of the eye is painted in, but it's not that big of a deal. It was just something I happened to notice, so I wanted to point it out. I absolutely love these ponies. I have been collecting the reproduction ponies, or at least for a little while I was. I'm not really as big into collecting the reproduction ponies as much anymore. Except for certain ones, because like I love Fizzy so much. I have 3 of them. I have 3 of the reproduction ones, just because like when I see it at the flea market and I get it for $1, I don't want to pass it up, you know, whatever. But yeah, I love Fizzy. So if it's a specific character or like a specific character, I'll probably still pick up a reproduction My Little Pony, not just secondhand, but like if they come out with new ones, especially if they come out with ones that are harder to find. Like Basic Fun, maybe you should make a reproduction of Mimic. Just saying. It would sell. Ask anybody in the fandom. So, yeah, I wish that they would do that. But just because, like, it's so hard, you know, hard to get your hands on. Not because she's like super rare, but because she's just really sought after, so she's super expensive. So, but anyway, yeah, no, but when it comes to these new ponies, I absolutely love getting these new ponies because these are ponies we never got in the 80s, so they're brand new. I love the fact that we're getting new, they're existing characters, but they're new versions of the characters, you know, new ponies to add to your collection. I highly recommend them. Now, I got these at Target, and I paid $9.99 each for these, which I think is a good price for these because a lot of the reproduction ponies start at $14.99 or $15 or whatever. So these are cheaper than that at $9.99, at least at the Target I went to. I don't know if they're available other places. They might be available on Amazon. If these are available on Amazon or Target online, I will be linking them down below if you want to get them for yourselves. If you use those links, just know that those are affiliate links. So I do get a little bit of a commission if you use those, but no pressure. I just want to make them available so that way if you wanted to shop online to get these, you can. At the time that I went to buy these, they were not on the shelf. There was not a space for them, and I had to ask somebody to find them in the back. But I did look online first, found the listing online, and then I was able to check on the in-store kiosk to see if they were available in the store first. So that's how I knew they had them. And then I asked somebody to go get them, and he went and grabbed them for me. But yeah, so like I said, I got them at Target. They might be available on Amazon. Not sure if they're being sold other places. If you're in another country where Target doesn't exist, then I'm not sure if it's like over in Europe, maybe Smith's Toys or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. But if you're international and you do know where they're being sold, please comment down below and I will pin the comment so that way other people looking for these can see it in the comments and know where to go shopping if they want to get them for themselves. Just put like what country and what store in your country you saw them at or that you know that they're being sold at. Anyway, that is pretty much it. So that was the Totally Rad Ponies and then the bonus World's Smallest Plushie Ponies and one little pop figure keychain. Of course, I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you if you're a My Little Pony collector, are you collecting the Totally Rad or, you know, these new ponies that are coming out from Basic Fun, like the Totally Rad Ponies or the Celestial Ponies, stuff like that? And out of these, which is your favorite? I am having a difficult time choosing which one is my favorite, but I think it might be Starshine. I don't know, I also really like Moonstone. Anyway, yeah, like I said, let me know your favorite one down in the comment section. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, comment, and hype the video. It helps out the channel a lot. Speaking of which, if you're new here and you enjoy these kind of videos, be sure to subscribe and join the Seahorse Army. All right, everybody, my daylight is gone. I gotta go. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.